Cynophobia is the fear of dogs. So I remember clearly the day I developed cynophobia. It was the summer 1970-something. I was about 10 years old. Where I grew up in Fayetteville, it was, and it still is, a very rural area. The only kids my age that lived near were two brothers that lived next door. One day I went to their house to visit, and up to this point, I was really never afraid of dogs. But I always was very cautious of their very large, scary German Shepherd, Smokey. I don't remember what we did that day, but I do remember that Smokey was friendly, and I remember playing with him, and I remember enjoying that. And I think I went home and told my family how great that was, that I had kind of been a little weary of him, but we had a great time. So the next day, my mom sent me next door with a basket of vegetables to take to his family from our garden. And I walked from my house to their house. Now, door to door, it's about 500 yards from my house to their house. And that's, my husband said, about the length of 5 football fields. So that makes more sense to me. So I walked down their driveway, and when I was in front of their house, Smokey came out from around the side of the house. And he stopped and looked at me, and I stopped and looked at him, and we stood there. We stared at each other for what seemed like an eternity. And the next thing I know, Smokey charged toward me, and this moment was like slow motion and acceleration at the same time. I don't know if you know what that feels like, but it's a very odd feeling. I turned to the left and ran up the front porch steps, scattering vegetables everywhere. Before I could make it all the way up to the steps, Smokey attacked me and bit both legs. Thank goodness this family had a storm door and those old wrought iron furniture that you used to see on front porches. So I ran behind the storm door. I pulled the iron furniture up to me so that he couldn't get to me. And the only thing I could do was scream and hope that someone would hear me. It was the middle of the summer, air conditioning, there were woods between this and my house. So I screamed so much that eventually his old grandfather hobbled out, walked across the bridge, across the little creek that separated their houses to find out what was going on. Once he realized who I was and what was going on, he went back and called my parents, who ran, didn't drive, but ran next door to get me. They took me to the hospital, and I ended up getting stitches in both legs. And that is how I developed cynophobia.
Wow.